So you got to go after accountability at the FBI. You have to go after Homeland Security, which is apparently the center of this new censorship of online speech.
Board of Disinformation.
And you got to go after the health industrial complex. And that's just a great way to round this up from where you started. You were talking to epidemiologists who were demonized for saying what are now obvious truths. And we have to get to the bottom of the dysfunction of what happened at NIH and CDC and just the obviously bad information that they were promoting. There's smoke there. There must be a fire.
One of the scientists and doctors that testified to us, he said it looks like regulatory capture at the FDA.
Yeah.
And then another one of the...
He's the one that has an economics degree as well, so he understands that.
It was just delighted to hear a doctor understand what regulatory capture is. And he said, it looks like regulatory capture at the FDA. And another one of the doctors said, look, all three of us get NIH grants. And it's probably not a good idea to have the Pope of Science be in charge of every NIH grant, because they get millions, hundreds of millions of dollars are meted out from the Pope of Science to the people who could challenge him, but they won't, because getting NIH grants are the lifeblood. So, and we all understand. Oh, let me tell you this. I want to tell you this, that the government, one of the scientists said the chief source of disinformation during COVID was the government. And I've called out the CDC many times. And most recently, I called them out as liars. And it's not a term I use lightly. I first tried to be charitable and say they made typos and stuff in their documents. And I got them on the phone. And I recorded them saying that I was right and they would fix it. They never did. They had disinformation in there that I discovered and got them to admit to it on the phone. So I called them liars recently because I don't want this to go away. And I got a fact check. And the fact checker called me up. And I'm not sure the fact check's going to happen. Because, and this is what I'm discovering, is the reason you never see a fact check that says 100% completely accurate is they're only doing the fact check to try and make you look bad.
Yeah.
And so I would...
And they torture language and facts
and they say,
to make you look bad.
Oh, let me tell you about the last fact check that I underwent. I tweeted that we've spent more... U.S. Congress has spent more in Ukraine than we do on roads and bridges. In the first 6 months than we do on roads and bridges all year. And the fact checker came at me. We given information from Biden's own DOT, and I warned him. I said, you better release your fact check quick, because pretty soon I'm going to tweet that we spent twice as much in Ukraine as we do on roads and bridges. So, and then he said, well, you're leaving out counties and states. And he was British. They pick fact checkers in another country, I guess, so you can't go track them down. And he said, well, you didn't talk about state and local spending. I said, and he's British, so I said, you must have a very poor command of the English language, because we refers to the subject of that sentence, which was Congress, right? But anyways, his fact check came out. It said, and I've got it framed. It says, mostly true. That's as most as you're ever going to get.
That's the best you can do.
Mostly true, missing context. States and counties also fund roads and bridges.
I love the missing context.
Missing context. So we're going to see, I'm sort of calling my shot here. I think it's a Reuters fact check. I think they may never do the fact check. And if they don't, I'm going to call them out because I've got stuff on them.